All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are lacing up our shoes to talk about something huge, a challenge that for so many runners is the ultimate quest. We're talking about a journey that literally spans the entire globe.
So let me ask you this. What's the Mount Everest for an everyday amateur runner? For someone who just loves to run. Well, the answer isn't a single mountain. Nope, it's actually a series of them. These incredible, iconic city courses spread all over the world, across different continents and cultures.
What we're talking about is the Abbott World Marathon Majors. It's basically a series of the biggest and most famous marathons on the entire planet. Now, for years, you probably heard it called the Big Six. But things have changed. Just recently, a seventh star was added to that constellation, the amazing Sydney Marathon.
And at the very heart of this quest, if you complete those original 6 races, there's this one incredible prize, the 6-star medal. People literally call it the greatest prize in marathon running. And it's more than just a medal, right? It's a symbol of insane dedication, perseverance, and a truly global adventure.
Okay, so let's get into it. Each of these 7 races, there's so much more than just a 42.2-kilometer run. Think of them like legendary arenas, each with its own unique personality, its own vibe, its own story. So let's take a tour, shall we?
First up on our world tour, Tokyo. Now, this was the only Asian race in the original 6. And yeah, it's known for being flat and fast, a great course. But its real identity? That comes from the Japanese spirit of omotenashi. It's this incredible, wholehearted hospitality you get from the thousands of world-class volunteers. It's just on another level.
All right, next, we're heading to the States for Boston. This one is often called the Holy Grail of marathon running, and for good reason. It's the world's oldest annual marathon, and its prestige really comes from how exclusive it is. You can't just sign up. For most people, you have to earn your spot with a really tough qualifying time, the famous BQ. And only then can you even start to worry about conquering the legendary Heartbreak Hill. So, if Boston is all about history and exclusivity, London's is defined by its massive heart. Get this, it is the world's largest single-day charity fundraising event. We're talking over 1.3 billion pounds raised. The atmosphere there is just electric. It's overwhelmingly positive. You have an entire city that's just totally energized by thousands and thousands of people running for a cause. Okay, but let's say your goal is just pure, unadulterated speed. If that's you, there is really only one destination: Berlin. This course is, without a doubt, the fastest in the world. It's pancake flat, it's wide, it's where world records don't just get broken, they get absolutely shattered. If you're chasing a personal best, this is where you go.
And this right here, this really gets to the heart of what makes the majors so cool. On one hand, you have Berlin, a course that feels like it was engineered in a lab for one thing: speed and personal glory. And then you have Boston, this historic, hilly beast of a route that feels like it was specifically designed to test your will and break you. It's such a perfect contrast in running philosophies, right?
Then there's Chicago, which kind of offers this amazing blend of both speed and scenery. Like Berlin, it's a super fast course where records have definitely fallen, but the real magic of Chicago is the route itself. You're taken on this grand tour through 29 different diverse neighborhoods. The race becomes this spectacular architectural and cultural journey. It's awesome.
And then there's the big one, New York City. This is, hands down, the largest marathon on the entire planet. If London's energy comes from charity, New York's comes from just pure, raw spectacle. It's less of a race and more of a 26.2-mile block party that just thunders through all 5 boroughs. You're literally carried along by a wall of sound from millions of spectators. It's insane. And finally, let's talk about the newest star of the show, Sydney. As the very first major in Oceania, it brings this totally fresh, sun-soaked energy to the whole series. And the course? It's just an absolutely stunning showcase of the city. I mean, you're running past the iconic Opera House and right across the Harbor Bridge. How cool is that? Okay, so maybe you're feeling inspired. You want to run one of these. Well, the next challenge is honestly just as tough as the race itself. Just getting to the starting line. It's like a code that you have to crack. And there are basically 4 main ways to do it.
So, cracking that code? It means picking one of 4 paths. First, there's the lottery, which is pretty much a game of chance. Second, you can prove your speed and nail a qualifying time. Third, you can run for a cause and commit to fundraising for a charity. Or fourth, you can take the most guaranteed path, which is going through a tour operator.
Now, this table really breaks down just how different the strategy has to be for each race. Look at Boston. See that X in the lottery column? That's because there isn't one. It's pretty much all for qualifiers. And then for London, the lottery odds are, well, they're famously terrible, which is exactly why the charity path is the most common way in. All of this complexity leads to a really important takeaway from most runners.
And here's what it all boils down to. For most international amateur runners, so people who aren't elite, the path realistically narrows down to just 2 choices. You either commit to a pretty significant fundraising effort for a charity, or you pay for a tour package that guarantees your race entry.
But, running just one major is only the beginning for a lot of people. The real ultimate goal, it's completing all of the original 6. That's how you go from being a marathon finisher to, well, a legend in the sport.
And the cool thing is, the process to actually earn that medal is surprisingly straightforward. It all starts when you create a runner's portal on their official website. Then, as you finish each race, you go in and claim your stars. And then, before you run your 6th and final major, you just give them a heads up through the portal, and that incredible 6-star medal will literally be waiting for you at the finish line. Simple as that.
And look, this is so much more than just a piece of hardware you hang on the wall. Earning this medal gets your name immortalized, forever in the official 6-star finisher Hall of Fame. You get to join this really exclusive, super dedicated global community of runners who have all completed the same epic quest.
But wait, the journey doesn't even end there. The prestigious 6-star medal? That's always going to be for the original 6 races. But the series itself is growing. We've got candidate cities like Cape Town and Shanghai in the running, and there's already talk of a potential future 9-star medal. So yeah, there's a whole new challenge to chase on the horizon.
All right, so we've toured the legendary arenas, we've cracked the entry code. Now let's bring this massive global journey right back down to earth, right back to you and the very first step on your own path.
So if you are actually planning one of these amazing racecations, just remember a few key tips. First, book your flights and hotels way in advance. Seriously. Second, try to arrive at least 2 or 3 days early to get acclimated and shake off the jet lag. And third, whatever you do not miss the pre-race expo. That's where you pick up your bib number. It's absolutely crucial.
When you really think about it, this whole journey is about so much more than just running. It's about experiencing the world on your own 2 feet. It's about pushing your own limits to see what you're made of. And it's about connecting with this amazing global community. The official slogan of the series just captures it all so perfectly. Your world, run it.
So, whether that first step for you is hitting submit on a lottery application, or maybe it's just creating your runner portal online, every single great journey begins with that one single step. The only question left is, what will yours be?